Cool. Hello.
People, welcome to day 5, the final day of racing in the Regatta of Champions 2025 at Famagusta Nautical Club in Limassol, Cyprus. You have the same friends today. We have by my side.
Tom Turn.
And my name is Peter Åkesson. So they are lining up for the first start of the day. This will be race number 22. They got one extra race in yesterday, and from what we've gathered, this is the first ROC where we actually get to complete all 25 races. So a great regatta this year.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet, so
But it's looking very promising to be able to sync that in before the prize giving ceremony at 7 o'clock tonight. So we have a full day and only 4 races needs to be completed for the full regatta.
Yeah, and we are approaching around 2 minutes, I think, and we can see the sailors making their final preparations, where to position themselves on the line. Looks like we will not have a restart, considering there's quite a big line sag at the moment. 1 minute here. Just quiet light today. We can see almost no drift. Starting line looks to be very even today. Will be interesting which side's going to pay off in the end.
Yeah, wind is coming fairly straight in towards land, right? So
we have a red flag there from the umpires. Looks like he was pointing towards the Brazilians, but we'll see who it is. Yeah, Brazil free there, taking a penalty, and there we go with the start. We will see, we heard a sound. Looks like a clear start. On the right side, we can see Italy 6 opening. Greece 5 and Brazil 1. Great start at the committee side.
That's Manuel Braganza, the overall leader currently. Just below them with free wind, we have Nicolas Papas, number 2 in the overall so far.
Yeah, and next to him we have Italy 7, that's Leandro Scialpi. And to the right of the picture we have Shea Krishna, India 1, and also Georgios Mandilas in Greece 5, making the tack ducking to go more to the right side. So far we can see that the sailors on the left are not taking the tack. So it indicates that we have a very even line, maybe even slightly committee favor at the moment. Argentina 2, a great start in the middle pin. Francisco is one of our top sailors in this event. Had a great day yesterday. I think maybe the best sailors out of all sailors, possibly. The far right, we have an Italian sailor trying to cross right now. We'll follow him from another view soon. Meanwhile, we see Johnny and Nicolas fighting about who's going to keep the lane. Here we see Italy on the port tack on the right side of the picture, barely crossing. It's going to be really tight. And then we have the yellow bib in the middle there. That's Manuel. Looks like Manuel is clearly ahead at the moment. But it's almost that the sailors here that went even more right. It's going to be a greater danger to Manuel than the sailors on the left. For sure, it's probably better to delay a little bit. If on the left side, we can see the wind pretty strong, a few hundred meters to the left. At the moment, not much wind where the sailors on the left side are right now. It's very tricky sailing today. The angle is not that important. What is important is to have enough pressure to actually move forward. Many sailors trying to use a high angle to go towards the middle, but in fact they just get rolled by the other side while doing it. And that's why we see so many sailors trying to cross and then changing their mind and go back starboard. Manuel in a great position.
Yeah, certainly
Middle,
handled it
ahead of
back.
everyone.
Yeah, it's going to pay off for him.
Here we have a view from the middle looking towards the left. We have Manuel, see Johnny and Papas. Another Greek sailor. Yeah, that's number 4. We have Italy 4 here.
We also
Argentina
have
4.
Forsén and Wilkilty in good sailing conditions. Can freely move in their position where they are now. Trying to grab some additional wind on the left.
UK 1 and Singapore 1. Denmark 1, lots of ones here on the left side. So that's Freya, Yaden. Oh, what else here? Singapore 2, take 1P.
Singapore 1 is Ethan Shia that we are seeing on the course. Really happy to see him.
Yeah, that's great news.
Yeah, very good.
I didn't know he was back.
No, so I'm really happy to see him.
You can see here Manuel in a ridiculous lead at the moment.
Yeah.
Takes the tack to just secure the right side, which I think is the biggest danger for him at the moment. Here we can see the sailors on the left side trying to cash in now. Want to have a little bit more pressure. Pressure was on the left side earlier. They had probably reached that by now. So Will there, Francisco, Alexander, I think. It was Carnavas, Johnny, Papas, Briggs as well. So these are the sailors on the left. Now meeting some sailors on the right side. You see that it's temporarily left, so they're gaining back, but they lost. But of course, it's only Manuel who actually got the best of both sides so far. We can see Manuel chooses not to cash in the right side completely, but stay in the middle. Very wise choice. You can see from this angle. Probably the correct decision to just go up and be a little bit closer to the lane on the left, because he knows that the right side, separation sideways is so small, it doesn't matter if they gain a little.
Ser ut som någon.
Right. Here we have the right side with Emmanuel controlling the right. We have the regular suspects here on the right side. We have Margot. We have Tomas. Sorry, UO. Sergio
Shreya
Colotto is also here.
coming close.
So we'll see
Just
now
off the Papas.
when they meet the left. And I think they could be slightly ahead. It's going to be really tight. We'll see. Meanwhile, we have a first boat here. Manuel leading by a lot. But here is the interesting part. We can see it's very even, but right side still winning by a few meters. But also the guys on the middle were doing quite all right. Left side lagging a little bit behind, but we didn't see this big shift between the right or left side. Both are quite even up to the
Yeah.
Shreya Krishna doing a great race in rounding in fourth position after Alexander and Nicolas. Really tight here, Will, Francisco, and Philippe. So it's very tight. Somehow the sailors on the left actually made it. I thought they would be squeezed here at the rounding, but we haven't seen a single choke so far.
No,
Extremely tight. I think anything can still happen in this race.
So they are switching directly from the upwind. They're going to the downwind. Yeah.
Exactly, we can see quite a big spread. Not sure it's gonna matter that much because on upwind it didn't matter in the end so
No.
much. So we'll see now. We have a few stragglers. Otherwise, the fleet is very compressed today. Very tight rounding here, Peter. I said we didn't have choke points on the upwind, but here we definitely have a lot. You can see some situations and many sailors forced to wait. Ilu trying on the inside. There's going to be a protest here. Let's see what umpires think. Looks like the umpires thought that was a clear situation. Shilos, Abdusahim, and Hummel rounding the marks. Here we can see the wind pretty clearly, and it's not easy to read out even from a drone perspective. It looks a lot more stable than before, and also the first upwind was a lot more stable, so what we're seeing is in line with what actually happened. So could be that here on the second upwind it's much of a speed race. Just need to keep your speed on the free lane and you'll be pretty okay. Alexander Forsen in the middle, going to the right side. Here we see the left part of the course. We will see are these guys on the right side of the picture who are on the left side at the moment, how they fare against the sailors on the right side. We have the top sailors that went straight to the right side and have yet to make the attack. I'm not sure if they see anything or if they just want to guard each other, which is quite common. Now have the top sailors in another perspective here. They have just made the attack and are now moving in. Seems
I actually think we have the leader out of the picture. He's so far ahead, Manuel.
Yeah,
that I don't think we've even seen him yet.
Yeah, that is correct. So Manuel is so far ahead. Is behind the drone. So what we're seeing now is basically the middle and towards the left, but still
So there we see Manuel.
the leaders coming
leading by
on the right.
a lot right now and stretching out that lead as it seems. Now almost on course for the mark.
So I'd say, considering the leaders were leading a little bit before, it's not the right side did not pay off as they thought. I would say nothing really happened. It's very even on both sides.
Yeah.
Some local gusts that you can take, but not much. Here we have a view from the guys on the super far left. We have Tara and also Christos. Feels like today middle has been quite safe.
Yeah.
Other races, the middle actually you couldn't play it safe enough to be in the top 5, but today I think going in the middle and it's possible to even lead a race by sailing in the middle.
Yes, agreed.
Manuel is looking back to see that no one is taking a high risk that he needs to guard against. Manuel approaching the mark. Should be safe. Maybe could even be 100-meter in the end. Papas following. But after Papas is a little bit tighter. Pink, 4th and 5th position. And many boats who could qualify for that.
Yes, very tight.
Papa's going around now. Also Alexander there has a slight edge. No, I missed actually. There's another Greek sailor.
And let's see what else comes in from the right-hand side. There he lines up for approaching the mark.
The 3 Greeks in a row here. A strong race by them.
Yeah.
So here we have Carnavas, followed by number 5, that's Mandilas. And then we have Alexander Forsen and Will Kilty.
Kena, followed by Francesco Colotto, Filippo Utzler, Thomas Molteo, Filippo Noto, San Rogel, Jaden Stricken.
And by the looks of it, I think the sailors who went really far left lost a little bit in the end. So it was quite even, but if you gamble too much, it's still possible to make some mistakes.
I think the left was maybe a little bit stronger than the right here.
I think the left was better.
Yeah, I think there were like 10 positions maybe separating the ones rounding now in some cases. So I think they gained a bit on that side.
I stand corrected. And let's follow the leaders and see if there are any developments.
Last, we had a gigantic spread across the whole course, and now we have kind of a straight line in this downwind, right? So very different sailing, already an established pattern.
Yeah, I think it's because the valley more stretched out also this time.
Yes.
No need
So
to
not
spread out.
much to gain actually taking a roundabout way. Free win for everyone. So closing in on rounding for the finishing run for Manuel Braganza now. Nothing to challenge him. He'll nail another bullet for his row of bullets.
Right.
Also equally unthreatened here, we see Nicolaus Papas rounding number 2.
I'm coming. I'm in the finish line.
So we switch to the finishing line. I think we already saw Manuel passing, right? So this is Nicolaus. Or is it number 3?
Second position.
Yeah.
So not much happening here in the top, but there is a fight there, I think, between third and fifth position.
Interesting.
And also it's a little bit lower reach, so there's more to do. Maybe it's possible to trick your opponents by going low after the mark. Very risky proposition though, but still not impossible. When it's a high upwind or a high reach, then it's impossible to go low.
Another way to counter that is for both to go low.
Nothing new here so far. Congratulations to Greece.
3 of the top 4.
And we saw Alexander keeping his position as well.
Securing his
Same as
5.
Will.
6.
Seven position, 2 Brazilians. UO fighting with compatriot. Brazil 2, Felipe Hutzler. And then Italy 6, Argentina 1, and Italy 5. We have the lots of boats coming in now. So we saw Francesco there, Tomas, and Filippo Notto. Margot, Shreya. And then we have Argentina 2. That's Francisco. Isan in Spain 1. Jaden Stricken. USA 1. Kelly Free, David De Veronese, and Ernst Åkesson in Sweden 2. Germany 1, Johnny Seekamp, followed by Bastian Serrato. Here we have 2 more Greek sailors, so good race for Greece so far. So that was Sablanos and Christos Dialakis. Carl Bierson, not so happy with his race, but I think he is still going strong in his overall. We will bring you the full list in a few moments and also a special guest for the next race. Yeah, so here we have the top three. We have Manuel Braganza, Nicolas Papas, and George Canavas. So, well, again, congratulations to Greece. Really well done in this race. I think conditions were a little bit different, so it will be interesting to see if some sailors are better suited for these less shifty, less gusty conditions than others. We'll also try to bring you the top 10 sailors in this race. Still some sailors to go here into the finish. So after today, we are expecting to discard one more race. I think many sailors will be happy about this. In a regatta like this, it's super easy to get some really high points, and yeah, you really want to get rid of them before the end of the regatta. So if we make 3 more races today, then you can discard a 5th race in the overall total.
We see the top 10, same bullet guy as in the last race yesterday. Manuel Braganza, as you saw, Nicolas Papas, also unthreatened number 2. We saw the two Georgios competing for the third position. Carnavas winning out, edging Mandilas slightly. Then we saw Alexander Forsén, Will Kilty, Filippo Hutzler, Joao Lucena, Francesco Colotto, and Thomas Morteo.
And then we're back here for the next race, and we also have a special guest with us. We have the Rockman himself. Hello, Stelios.
Hello, guys.
How are you today?
Another great day. Hopefully, we're going to put some history in the books today and be able to complete for the first time ever 25 races.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
So now we are approaching 2 minutes. We can see the sailors lining up.
I would like to take this opportunity and thank you all, guys, for the great job you have done throughout this week. Everybody has done an amazing job, from volunteers to race officials to the live streaming team. Excellent, excellent. Beyond expectations, I would like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for all the effort you put and for your trust, belief, and support into the R.O.C throughout the years.
And what led you to start R.O.C in 2022?
The most important thing that pushed me to work into something new was the fact that I've been in the sailing world for like 47, 48 years, traveling around, seeing regattas, which all regattas are great, but I would like to see developing and moving on along with the years. Right now we are in the 21st century. Some things have changed. Unfortunately, some regattas, they're still traditional of how they were being run 20, 30 years ago. So we haven't invented anything in the R.O.C. We just took the things that we thought can be better. We changed them or remove them completely and introduce something new. And in addition to that, we took all the good things and we tried to develop them to something better. That's all we have done. No inventions, no nothing. And it turned out to be a good event from what I hear, left and right.
I fully agree. As a coach, I really love it when we have such a high level fleet and so many races. It's very common that when you have a high level fleet, maybe you only do one race or two races, and then that's it. And then you have to wait another year for more good races. But here we get 25 of them.
And that is
together.
why we introduce different race courses. So we can, even in Cosmos, we can run fleets at the same time using different race courses. We saw that is really effective. Last year, our first Cosmos event with 3 fleets of 83 sailors in each fleet, we were completing a day within 3.5 hours, 4 races per day for each fleet. So I think that proves our point. We want the sailors to have a productive time in the water instead of sitting around and waiting for a start. We do as many races as possible, and at the end, I don't believe that anybody would doubt the results. The best ones will be up there.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. But the R.O.C is not only about what's on the water, it's also about a community and the sailors bonding with each other and also bonding with the rest of the community, such as umpires and parents and organizers.
This is one of our objectives, which is very, very different from many regattas. We want people to be together. We want everybody to know their line of duty, parents, officials, volunteers, sailors, coaches, but we want also to build a community. And like I said during the opening ceremony, the saddest day for me every year is the closing ceremony of any R.O.C event, because we feel that the week before that, everybody came so close, everybody mingled up together, created friendships. We sat down, joke, talk, and have a nice time. So it goes beyond racing. We want everybody involved in the R.O.C, whether sailors, coaches, parents, officials, to have a smiley face, have a nice time. Above all, enjoy what you do, and the rest of the success will come on its own. Besides that, the R.O.C goes beyond racing. The main objective of the R.O.C is recognition of sailors, coaches, parents, officials, partners. We thank our partners in believing in us, in what we're doing, and we respect everybody involved for their job. There is a lot of things that take place for sailors. First of all, they sacrifice a lot of their personal time to be on the top level. We appreciate the work that the coaches are doing, that nowadays it goes beyond just coaching. They become mentors, educators, psychologists for all of our kids, and we thank them for that. And then we have the parents that nothing could have existed if the parents were not supporting. So the criticism that the R.O.C is accepting, supposedly giving out money, I'm going to state it once more. The R.O.C is not giving out money. The R.O.C is giving out academic scholarship awards to the sailors because we realize the difficulty of parents and kids in what they sacrifice in terms of education and money in order to get their kids to the elite level. There are many regattas out there that they give cash money. World Saving and IOTA is endorsing all those events, but they refuse to endorse R.O.C. That will end up pretty soon, because the R.O.C would take action about that. It's about time for people to realize and understand what we are doing.
And this great concept, I heard some rumors that is also spreading to other classes. Would you like to
Yes.
talk a little bit about the
Yes.
plans for the future?
Our initial plan for the R.O.C was to be for classes under 18. Our objective is to help the elite sailors to stay in school, have the proper education, so they can go forward in their life later on. We would like to help these kids. And classes that are under 18 will be soon introduced to the circuit of the R.O.C.
And tell me, what do you think when you see these sailing conditions we have today? Like the best sailors together, fighting, it's tight races that we normally never have. Tell me what is in your heart when you know that this is something you have created.
Adrenaline. That's the best thing. My biggest satisfaction is after 5 or 6 races every day, I get to see coaches and kids come out at the end of the day. Although they are tired, they still have a smile on their face. Everybody enjoy it, whether they finish first or 45th. No result is a bad result in the R.O.C. You are competing against the best. At any given point in any given race, you can end up first. By any given mistake, you can end up last, but you're still racing among the 45 best. So no result is a bad result at the R.O.C. Following the sailors involved with the R.O.C in all the regattas they compete, and that's another characteristic of the R.O.C. We keep statistics of what is going out there. We see the differences in sailors that are participating here. The most recent example, we would take our 2025 world champion in optimist Nikolaos Papas.
Mm-hmm.
Papas had a regatta in Garda last year. Then he came to Cosmos. Accidentally, he got the one and only invitation that we gave at Cosmos of 2024 for U13. And he came to the R.O.C last year. And this year, he won the World Championship. And even at this year's R.O.C, Papas is in the top 5 sailors that are competing right now. So
Exactly. I think he's second overall, so he's doing
Yeah.
great this year.
if you take last year's World Championship, the top 11 boys of the world were involved with the R.O.C. The top 4 girls were involved with the R.O.Cs. The one girl that was not involved is Marcito, a Spanish girl, who got invitation for the R.O.C, but unfortunately she couldn't make it. So in a way, she's involved at the R.O.C as well. So statistics and numbers show the real picture. Sailors that participate either in the clinics, Cosmos, or the actual R.O.C, they gain a lot.
I think that's very true. It's a good opportunity also for coaches to share ideas, because rarely do you have the time and the proximity to other coaches to exchange those ideas.
But for that, I have to add something, Tom.
Yeah.
That the great job that you guys are doing, providing these excellent live streaming videos,
Thank you so much.
it is a tool for every coach out there. For theoretical lessons, you can get all these videos, you can cut bits and pieces left and right, you can use this video for your theoretical lessons. As a coach, you know how important it is to show the kids what they need to do, and what a better thing to do to use an event with the best sailors and analyze that to your sailors that you train every day.
I agree, and I think it's not only useful for the coaches who are here at this event, but also I've heard that coaches from Sweden, where I come from, have requested videos and information about this regatta, because they know there's so much to learn from here.
Yep.
So
That is what it's all about. We try to give as much as possible back to everybody. We try to help kids stay in school and have a decent education, because it takes a lot of time out of school in order to reach an elite level. And that's why we are focusing on the academic awards. On the other hand, we appreciate all the job that the coaches are doing. So we're here to give them tools to get even better. And we also give something to parents that they didn't have in the years in the past, to follow the event up close, enjoy their kids racing with these great live pictures that you guys are bringing to us.
okay, well, thank you. The sailors are about to finish. Do you have some final words to our audience?
Well, first, I want to thank everybody involved that made this 4th edition of R.O.C come true. It's been great working with every single one of you, from media to judges to race officials, race committee, the race office, the ladies that are behind the scene and they are doing all the stuff. A big appreciation to sailors, parents, and coaches for supporting this event. I hope you all had a great time and hospitality in Cyprus. We will make sure that R.O.C is not going to be put down by anybody, but we will make it grow bigger and bigger, expand it, get it better. We are open to listen to suggestions, and anything that any feedback that anybody can give us in order to make this event better and beneficial to everybody else. Thanks to everyone for being here in Cyprus. I hope you had a nice week of sailing and hospitality. Uh, Hopefully, we all get together again in next year's R.O.C. And of course, the Cosmos event that hopefully will announce tonight the exact dates.
Interesting. We're looking forward to that announcement. Thank you, Stelios. And we will go back to the race here and follow the second upwind, not the finish, as I said before. They still have one upwind and downwind to go.
Thank you, guys. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Wow.
We are now seeing the gate rounding, as you probably know better than me because you follow the race a little bit more closely. You can see that it's not as tight as it has been in previous races. Alexander Forsen, Shaul Kena going on the left gate. On the right side, we have Canavas. Hard to make out the numbers. I see Freya. Tar on the left gate. Sorgas as well on the left. Christos on the right gate. Together with Filippo Notto. Munoz as well on the right gate. On the left gate, starting to become chaotic as well. Videoson rounding now. Jaden as well. Philip Hutzler. We would also like you to give some attention to Nikitas and Thanasis, who are flying the drones and also working overtime to produce the excellent social media content that we have after the races. Margot rounding. We have here Will, I think, in the lead. Yes, correct, it's Will. It's a little bit hard to keep track of the fleet because they mixed up so much. So we give you the tracking information. It's around a minute late, but should be helpful to understand where your sailors are.
Most of the fleet now, not spreading out extremely wide. I think they are sort of discovering that the mid is as strong as the left and the right corner. So then everyone is kind of playing it a little bit secure towards the end.
Yeah. We would also like to clarify that we are in race 23 at the moment and not race 22. So after this, we have 2 more races to go. Here we have Sean Kum. We were mistaken. Sadly, Ethan is not back.
No, it's Sean who has borrowed Ethan's sail for today.
You can see great technique here, working the body and the rudder and the main sheet.
Try to gain as much speed as possible.
Here we have the top sailors on the right side. They were sailing port from the middle, and I think they're just going in pretty earlier than normal. So it feels like you said, Peter, no one is gambling that much as
No,
they used
no.
to. Here we can see the top are quite close to each other. Nothing is a done deal. Will leading, hunted by Ines, but even she is being hunted in turn by 3 other sailors. I see Briggs, Manuel, and missed one sailor there to the right. So I would say all of these sailors have a chance to win this race. You see Ines working with her body, trying to pull the boat for some extra height and some extra pressure. Will being more of a glider sailor, but he's also lighter. Some very different techniques, but both are very good sailors, and there are many ways to sail a boat fast. Here we can see Will going a little bit extra on speed just to make sure that he's safe. Ines trying to go even lower in order to not get covered wind, but didn't really succeed, so she has to make the tack. Will leaving her to follow Manuel and Briggs on the other side. And the last sailor was probably Sean Kum, that the one I didn't see before.
We also saw the rightmost boats now starting to aim for, I think they are close to the ley line, roughly. And just aiming for the rounding. Yeah, there you could see the mark.
Very interesting here. We see Briggs coming in from the right. A little bit of extra pressure. He might be lucky and go into second or third position. Will keeping his lead, followed by Ines. Sean who tried to go a little bit more left on the upwind, didn't really get a payoff for that, but didn't lose anything either.
Briggs 3, Sean 4. Two Brazilians here.
Tomasa, Manuel. Manuel being extremely balanced, never bad.
No, no.
Impressive sailing.
Isan Roger.
Then we have a slight gap to the rest. Francisco.
It was
Davide.
Diego and
Sorry,
Davide
that's correct.
Veronese.
That's correct. Stand corrected. Ernst.
I think we're getting close to the top 10 now.
Alexander had a good last race as well. Papas also had a good last race, and right race
Thomas
now.
Morteo.
Xiao. You need to ask how that is being pronounced. Now for the last race, better late than never. Pretty tight. Here we have Francisco. We also have Carnavas and Dalton. Dalton trying to go in between there, maybe. Shreya had a good last race, if I remember correctly. Tekman P. Georgios Mandilas. Agis Christos. Followed by Compatriot Greece 3 versus Kuntos. Then we have Videoson. He's trying to retain his bronze position into the day. Had two, I think, a little bit tougher races, so he here we have the top sailors. Very light wind now. I'm still looking for this fight. I think they are very, very kind to each other. It's time now for them to do team racing attacks. Like, of course, they can team race, but I want the same intensity as in team racing. They are almost.
I think a little bit more wind. I think we would see a little bit more of that also, to be frank, right? But it's also somewhat complex to.
Yeah, but the way they are now, I think these six sailors could definitely all blow up, and then it's anyone's game. But it's not much left. But we have three sailors now next to each other, covering the top three sailors. So they might even catch up before the mark is very interesting. So the top three is probably gonna split up to avoid this happening. Briggs being caught in the middle there, that's gonna cost him a lot in the long run, unless he can escape to one of the sides. And now we can see him escaping to the left.
Yeah, and this also condenses the entire fleet, right? Because if someone banked out a little bit to the left or right of this, they would be gaining on the entire top part of the fleet. But let's see if they can.
I don't think this is what's going on, but it would have been a great strategy what the third or fourth to sixth position are doing now. They, instead of fighting each other, they can just cover the top, and then they fight a little bit later when they're close to mark.
Yeah,
But it seems like it didn't pay off because they're not catching up to the top three.
no.
So now they will be busy with each other. Meanwhile, we will see Ines doing a last attempt here, but I think it's too late.
He will have right away. before she has a chance to.
Yeah, Mark Ruman right away, so it's not so much he can do. But maybe Briggs now will use this to go low. We will see. I don't think he will dare this when he has three sailors pretty tight from behind. But we will see. Now he's just playing it safe. Not sure if there's overlap here in the next situation. Oh,
Ooh.
that was tight. I think it's clear. Let's see now. Will Sean be able to make it here? Very unclear. We'll have to follow up on that.
It's coming in fairly unchallenged, so he has the chance to try to catch up.
Diego. Sean had to spin there. He got a penalty from the round.
Ooh. And then we have Davide Veronesi coming in as a number 9. And I think it was Ernst Åkesson, number 10. And then there's a big fight for the 11, 12, 13 positions, closely followed by 14 and 15. So that might not be decided. Here, let's see if there's going to be any chance for Diego to challenge Sean, or if Sean has the margin, which he seems to have, right? And as you said, many are all of them are going a little bit on the low side to secure that no one is trying to go past them even lower, right? So this is just securing their line to the lowest point of the finishing line, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like finish line was quite biased now, so not much to do.
So we had 1, 2, 3, then we had 4, 5, 6 close, and then 7, 8, 9, 10 were kind of coming in on a row.
I'm finishing here, followed by Papas and Alexander and Thomas. Also, Joe and Francisco finishing in front of Georgios Canavas, Dalton Salamar. We can see one boat being brave going low. Don't know if that paid off or not. I didn't see where he or she was placed in the gate rounding. Meanwhile, I think it's Tekun P finishing, followed by a Greek sailor. That's Mandila, Samvitoshraya Krishna, Kuntus, Tara, and there was Agis Christos that went low. Birgersson, Alessandro Minghini, Freya Wintergård, Giannis Sorgias, getting stricken. We're going to game in. Yunus finished there. Some sailors are not so unhappy. Not so happy. I mean, we have Bastian Serrato finishing, Jonas Ekamp, Billy Putzler, Colotti, Shilas. it's very easy to stop fighting when you're a little bit here in the back. Depending on your series, could be really important in the end to just try and gain every boat that you can. So you have just 1 point or 2 points could decide a whole regatta. Meanwhile, we want to congratulate the winners of this race. We have Will Keelty winning. Many bullets for him. Great regatta so far. We have Ines. Not sure we have seen that many bullets, but we've definitely seen her in the top 3 many times. And then we have
Before coming into today, right?
yes, and then we have Briggs.
No.
No. Okay, we have Briggs in number 3, bronze medal in this race. I think we saw him in the top the whole race, trying to gain boats all the time, and he did some decisions with high risk that I want to commend him for, but didn't really pay off in the end. But still, great race from Briggs as well.
We're back with a top 10 for race 23, which you saw on the winners. We had Will Kilty, Ines Mendes-Laminot, Briggs Cosman in the top 3, then followed by, there was a tight fight there around the rounding mark. Manuel Braganza edging out the win there ahead of Sean Cam that did get a penalty and had to take a penalty for that. So that led to Thomas de Oliveira taking the 5th spot. Isan Rogel also passing Sean to the 6th 6-point position. Then followed by Sean Cam, Diego Andres Delgado Ripepi, number 8, Davide Veronese, Nesi, number 9, and Ernst Åkesson, number 10 in race 23. And we see that forming up now for the next race here. So we'll pass to that. We see a fairly strong committee preference here. Many trying to come in and find a spot. It's less than a minute to go now. Not that many up on the pin end. So race 24 commencing, just 2 more to go before the day is over here. Still a queue to get in by the race committee. And there the start goes. A very long first line in this start, actually. Let's see what they can hear. We see Shreya at the bottom. We have Papas and tacking because he was losing speed there, close to Papas. We see De Oliveira, Carl Birgersson, Freja Wintergard. Looking at the line, it's a little bit empty here. As you saw, the pin end start was not overly crowded, so they have a little bit of a clearer line, while the committee side with a lot of boats is now splitting up into deeper field. Here we see the left side vying for clear path, while 4 of them are committed. There's more wind to fetch on the left-hand side. We see the rounding here. It's getting familiar now. Manuel Braganza rounding number 1. Nicolaus Pappas number 2. Fighting at the top of it all. We have Greece Mandias after Alexandros Shilos, number 3 and 4 there. We have Georgios Karnavas, 5. We have Balbuena, 6. We have Dalton, 7. Tekwu, no. We have Siargos, is it? Siorgas, 8. Bastien, 9. Then we have Spain, Singapore, Greece 3, Singapore 2, Denmark 1, Hong Kong 2, Denmark 2, Hong Kong 1. Fairly large spread in this race, and we see the same fanning out, vying for a little bit of position. See the leaders coming in for the rounding. Fleet splitting up for the 2 gates. The leader quadrant 4 aiming for the left, while we see people lining up for the right as well. So we will have a split race. Let's see which side will Crowded around this mark, trying for position there. See Will engaging into that, backing off. And so there it's a little bit of a blob situation here now, actually, a long queue there coming in. The others will benefit from that. Now we see the line forming to round. It's a little bit clearer on the other gate rounding mark. I think there was like no queuing on the other end of the mark. So I think that will just the complexity of rounding here will complicate the situation for these sailors. The overview, we see a clear pattern of the split in the field, not at all like last race, right? Many of the left that on the left chose to continue there. Some of them tacking in. Most of the right just keep on going on that course. So a little bit of a focus towards the right. But still a very split fleet that will meet on the top end mark. So we can see adjustments in this race. So we did when we initially saw the first upwind, there was a strong preference for the right, but the ones who went a little bit more left and secured themselves up towards the middle. Manuel Braganza was one of them. Found that at the top end mark, they had gained more on the ones who were banking right. So let's see if the same pattern will repeat or if we have different wins in this race. Can we see Sean Kam, Yannis Siorgas on the right side, a little bit more in the field. We have Alexander Shilos from Cyprus. Should know the waters, being a local. See if he can turn that into an upside for him. We see Nicolaus Papas with his bib on, chasing Shilos from Cyprus. Ahead of them, Manuel Braganza, who's had the lead so far in this race. Now forming up, probably on close to the ley line, if not on it. Also remembering that all the guys that chose to go out on this right side had a pretty clear queue, while there was some blobbing happening on the other gate rounding mark, so that can impact their rounding results. So tightening up the field on that side. Might get a challenge here from someone coming in from the left. It looks like I actually gained a little bit on Manuel Braganza there, so we might have a new leader in the fleet lining up there. Actually, I haven't gained a couple of meters on Manuel. So Georgios Carnavas actually having edge out, and Balbuena coming in here, just tacking close to Manuel Braganza. So neighbors battling it out. Balbuena actually stealing the third position from Manuel Braganza. Then we have Nicolaus Papas. No. We have Mandias having come in from the left as well, followed by Shilos. And this should be Papas. Followed by Isan Rogel. And we have what I believe is Dalton. Yes, Dalton. Selamar. Bastien Serrato from France. Yannis Siorgas. Jaden Stricken. Georgios Kuntos. Charles Hena. Sean Kam. Freja Wintergard. Andrea de Murtas. Carl Birgersson with his B-bone, as you can see. Angelopoulos, Forsén. Tekun P. Ines. Thomas. De Oliveira. Tara from Hong Kong. Noto. Will Kilty. Johnny Sekamp, Ernst Åkesson, Jorge Munoz. Filippo Hutzler. Margot Ngoyen Min. Christos Tiangelakis. Shreya Lilubakes. Briggs Kosman. Laida Abdelsaim. Lara Hummel. One in the top 10 there. Ines Menes Larminaux. And Veronese Colotto from Italy. Followed by another compatriot, Mengini. Savlanos from Greece. Cialpi, Italy. See if in spread out fleet, we have the first rounding happening very shortly after the last sailor entering the leg, right? So we will it's a little bit more spread out than that in the last race. Bit of an upset there on the second upwind, but not many adjustments on the downwind as far as we can see. Manuel Braganza there going in, securing what will probably be his third place. I think we had Greece 2 there, Giangelakis. Didn't quite see that. We have a finish there by the winner. Carnavas. We sadly missed a little bit of that finish, so I'll let you follow the rest of the fleet finishing up here. So here we have what we think is the top three. Karnavas from Greece getting the first spot, followed by Balbuena, Argentina 2. And then we believe that Georgios Mandilas from Greece just edged out Manuel Braganza for the third spot, but we will see in the final result list for race 24 that will be posted on the regattachampions.com homepage together with all the other results from the rest of the regatta. So we have the AP up. There will be adjustments probably to the starting line. So at least 6 minutes to go, or a little bit more than that. So while waiting for the line to correct itself, I think the AP is down, but we
Yeah,
still have like over
waiting
6
for
minutes.
for 5 minutes coming soon. So we would like also to thank all the volunteers for this event. Here we have all the great people out on the water helping us.
Yeah, we've seen them, but not up close until now.
Yeah, we heard them on the radio, me and Peter. So we would like to thank them. We have our R.O. Vangelis, and we have in the race committee, we have Elena and Olga. And out on the water, doing really hard work, we have Jurai, we have Andreas, we have Nitinos, Georgios, and Amilos. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to the race committee and everyone making this. 25 races in 5 days. It's an impressive achievement and a testament to what the R.O.C can achieve.
But we also have other people on the water without whom we would have pure chaos out there. We have our Yuri.
Yeah.
So here we have Sema, Stevie, and Diego doing great job out there. We
see running around and checking all the roundings and making sure they're not pumping on the water.
Yeah, we can see on these pictures that they love the flags and the whistles.
And it's very important in a direct umpired regatta like this one, right, where they call for a protest, avoiding all the protests at the end of the regatta, and really, I think a requirement to be able to push 25 races over 5 days. So it's
indeed, and we haven't heard any complaints from the sailors. I think they are very happy with the level of umpiring here at this event. And finally, these people are easy to forget. Without them, I don't know what would happen. We'll break down in a minute.
Elios would refer to as the enablers of the entire regatta.
So, race office.
We have Alexandra making sure we're not going hungry either ashore or out on the field.
Yeah, also arranged a very nice boat tour early in the week.
With the bingo.
Yeah.
She was the bingo master as well. We have Nectaria, who is managing all the registrations, everything, all the day-to-day complexities of it.
Results, which I know people really want to see as fast as possible.
Yes, really quick with it. And for me, running a lot of results, I'm impressed by the speed.
Indeed. And then we have Christiana, who we have worked very close with this event, providing all the pictures, handling the accounts and social media accounts.
So the strong enablers of another successful event, as Stelios said earlier in the broadcast.
So thank you to all of these people, and we will go back for a final race that I know we're all eager to see.
So the flag is down, which means there's less than 1 minute to go. We have a dent in the line. Some pictures also forming up. We see a very, very tight line. Both pin and committee starts will happen in this one. We see some trying to test the middle, but not on a high level. I think this will be taken by people on the pin or the race committee. Let's see what happens here. Margin down to the boat. The pin and boat. Everyone is ready to go for the last race of the regatta. Edging up towards the starting line, maybe some peeping over. Let's see what they call there later on. Some turning back, taking probably what was violations maybe from the judges. We see Manuel Braganza closest up in the Thomas Morteo. We also see Bastian Serrato, George Kuntos from Greece. To the left tacking out here. Kuntos off to a great start. St. Rogel, Spain seems to have a fairly free track as well. Not seeing any particular favor on either side yet. Manuel Braganza securing the middle. You also see a couple of them out on the left. See the out the left. Manuel Braganza having found his middle track. Bastian Serrato on height with Manuel Braganza there.
You can see the left coming in strong here, but actually it's the middle that's going to the right side. Also the sailors on the far right are okay, being slightly behind but not by much. You can see from this angle that first line is very, very, very even. Maybe 5 to 10 meter difference maximum between the sides. See Braganza second position. Easy to recognize by his yellow bib. Going on the right side, we have Bastian Serrato and George Munoz. They're on ley line here. Or at least very, very close to ley line. Some sailors coming in from the left as well. Or that is actually the middle. The really far left seem to have dropped back a little bit. Manuel doing great, cruising to another first mark lead, followed by George Kuntos. Bastian Serrato. And after them, I think it will be much tighter. Thomas Matteo following. And here we have the big fight coming a little bit later. We have Thomas rounding, and now we have the big chaos. R.O.C sneaking in just in front of that chaos. Isan might meet the starboard boats, and he does. He has to go low. Andrea De Murtas, Felipe Notto, Nicolas Papas, Martin Munoz, Ethan Rowan. Oh, this very tight, Freya. Can you take the attack here? Do you risk it or do you duck it? Most people just duck. So Alexander finding an opportunity to attack, and who will make it? All these port boats, big problem. See Alessandro Mingini attacking on the inside, as well as Lilu. This is gonna be tight. Also, Philippe Hutzler is gonna be really tight for him. I don't think any of these sailors will make it. At least not without a flag. Dalton Salamar stuck as well, together with Briggs. Flag is gonna fly now, definitely. Briggs have to go again, make the spin as well. Very unfortunate for him. Don't think he was the only one who deserved that one. Continuing, we have some of the sailors shooting to jibe immediately. Most stayed on starboard. I see Johnny spinning as well. A little bit further up. Diego. Take one P. You can see it's quite spread out now. A lot of traffic in that rounding. Not easy to gain back in this light wind. And we have the top right side. Sorry, it's actually the middle right side.
Very close there. Up at the top between Contos and Braganza. Little bit of a margin down to 3-4. And then there's getting closer to the rest of the field. Surroundings crowding on both sides now. See the fleet splitting a little bit at the top. Manuel and George taking a little bit different tracks to see if they can edge a bit out on each other. Actually seeing a big split between the top two at the rounding mark. Let's see who got it right. Braganza choosing the middle. Bit of a characteristic there. While Kuntus is trying the outside. See if that leaves open for some changes in the race. Getting closer to the mark now. See the rounding happening here now. Manuel Braganza yet again, number one at the mark. Bastian Serrato. And Kuntos. Heading attack. Margot. So the left weaving in with the right. Not much of a difference over the entire race. We see Manuel Braganza safely cruising towards the finish mark and tighter roundings behind. And we see the winner of the R.O.C 2025 crossing the finishing line, finishing up with a bullet. Number 2 being Kuntos. Number 3, Bastian Serrato. Number 3, Nikolaos Pappas. Number 4, Margot Guyamin. Followed by Demurtas, Morteo, Giangelakis, Jorge Munoz, Georgias, De Oliveira, Forsén, Rogel, Noto, Freja Vintergard, Carnavas, Balbuena, Sablanos, Colotto Mengini, Mandias, Kilti, Backes, Hutzler, Raul Hena, Sean Kam, Ines, Ernst, Ais Christos Angelopoulos, Dalton, Tara, Lara Hummel, Carl Birgersson, Davide Veronesi, Jaden Stricken, Briggs Kosman, Johnny Sekamp, Ioannis Sablanos, Shreya, Diego Delgado Ripipi, Leandro Scialpi, Laila Abdelsaim, Taekwon P, Alexander Shilos. That concludes the last race of the Regatta of Champions 2025. So we are awaiting the final results that we aim to present before logging off. We leave you with this lovely view in the meantime of the kids getting in towards the closing ceremony later tonight on this lovely beach at Famagusta Nautical Club.
Here we have the winner, Manuel Braganza. Wasn't even a match in the end. He was dominating today and yesterday. Well-deserved win.
And I think also rounding it off with a bullet, he closed all the books on whether he was the de facto champion, clearly, of R.O.C 2025. Big congratulations.
Indeed, this was amazing. Well done.
He goes, oh, he runs away from the shower. He needs Is it Felipe there, his coach, doing the honors? I think it is.
Well,
I think he's going to get some champagne.
wow.
Lovely scenes. Of course, you have to trust the coach making sure. There's another one getting.
He got it in his ear also. I think there will be revenge later. Huge congratulations again to Brazil and Manuel Braganza. So we're still waiting for final confirmation. As soon as we have it, we will show it on screen. and we have preliminary results. We still need to wait for confirmation from the race office, but we believe these are the top 12. We have in first place Manuel Braganza, winning clearly this regatta, showing that he is really deserving of the win in this regatta. In second place, we have Nicolas Papas, great sailing, also world champion 2025, showing that he belongs at the top of the optimist class. In third place, we have Thomas Morteo. And in fourth place, we have Will Kilty. He was leading regatta the first day and has been in the top since then. We have in fifth place, Andrea de Murtas. And in sixth place, Isan Lohel. And in seventh place, Carl Birgersson. Great sailing by these guys. In eighth position, we have the first girl, Ines Lermino Mendes. Great sailing from her. We saw her in the top in many races. In ninth position, we have Francisco Balduena. And in 10th position, we have Alexander Forsen. And 11th, Bastian Serrato. And in 12th, Ernst Åkesson. So these are the top 12 ROC winners. And they will all get an Academy Award for their dedication. Peter, do you want to add some final words before we end the stream?
I think this was absolutely a very successful Regatta of Champions at Famagusta Nautical Club. The ROC 2025 will go down into the annals of history, and these are the lucky winners. I think we thanked everyone widely around, right? The entire organization, the people on the water, the people on shore, the ones who helped us with the drone footage here as well. And finally, maybe just a big thanks to you as well, Ton, for sharing these 5 lovely days here.
Yeah, thank you too, Peter. Let's thank each other as much as possible.
Isn't that so fun? But everything goes back to Stelios, the rock man, pulling us all together for another fantastic event we will remember.
Yeah, and with these words, we would like to close this year's event. And we're looking forward to next year's ROC.
Yes, absolutely. 2026. And stay tuned later this evening. There will probably be a lot of social posts also from the prize giving ceremony.
Stay tuned.
Thanks for now.